reporting for Kids First, age 16, and today we're here having an interview with 3 of the actors and the showrunner of the CW show Arrow, which is now on its 8th and final season. I'm here with Katie Cassidy playing Black Canary, Juliana J. also playing Juliana Harkavy. I got confused because it's a screen name, but that's the real name. Okay, well, Juliana Harkavy also playing Black Canary, Katherine McNamar playing both Black Star and Green Arrow, and Beth Schwartz, the showrunner. How are you all doing today?
Great, thank you.
Quite well, just, quarantining and keeping motivated.
All right. So, since the show is almost coming to an end, what are your guys' feelings on that? Because, 8 seasons, 8 years, that's a lot of time.
Well, I think it's bittersweet. It's been such an incredible, 8 years, and it's been such a wonderful, amazing journey, and I'm so grateful for all of it. It's also really exciting because of the potential spinoff, which is, in a way it adds to the story, but it also is fresh, and you don't necessarily had to have watched Arrow in order to come into this show, which is nice. So it's exciting. It's fun, and I hope we get picked up.
Yeah, and having come into the show in season 7, I knew what a legacy the show already had. And, being able to jump in and being so welcomed by Beth and everyone else, and being given such a highly anticipated character to bring to life that's based off of 2 characters that have such a rich history on their own and together, it's been such a journey and such a wonderful ride. But, we're so grateful to the cast and crew and also to the fans for finishing out this journey with us.
Yeah, the end has been, for me, bittersweet, but ultimately I think we ended in a really great place. We kind of went out with a bang. We didn't wait to fizzle out. We went while we still had momentum. And like Katie just said, this prospect of the show continuing in a way makes it a little bit easier and keeps it really exciting.
Yeah, I agree with everything that they said. I've been there since the beginning, and it's been such an incredible experience, and working with all these amazing actors and the crew and the writers, and very proud of how we ended the show.
Yeah, that's good to hear, because, it's also really important that a show has, a natural conclusion, because I know that's an issue that a lot of TV shows end up with. Katie, you mentioned a spin-off, which I've actually also heard about when doing research for this interview. Do you think you can tell us a little bit about the spin-off, as much as you can, considering there's probably a contract or something?
It was part of season 8, episode 9, and it is an incredible, fun, filled with action, strong 3, female women, kicking ass, which we love, and it's fresh, but I think it's interesting because it's set in the future, and it's interesting to see where these characters, what's happened to them also in between this time and this space, and how they get to where they're at now. And I just think it's another platform for more stories to be told. And like I keep saying fresh, but it did, after it aired, to me it felt really fresh, really fun, and the fans really seem to love it, so I'm excited about it.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun shooting it. It provides a lot for all of our characters to do moving forward after the Crisis on Infinite Earths, with the whole reset of the world. Given each of us has an end and a beginning within this. With Mia, she's got now 2 sets of memories, 2 lives that she's lived, and 2 sets of instincts that she's now combining and learning how to expand her tool set even farther.
That's nice to hear.
So I was just going to say, I think for me, what makes it so special is, I know in season 7, we found, with the introduction of Kat's character, and then in our present day story, we just found for the first time, I think, on the show, how well the scenes with all our women were. And there was something super special about it, that it took a long time for, and I can't remember if it was Katie or Juliana or someone, or it could have been Emily, who had texted me saying, this is the first time all three of us have been in a scene together without any of the guys. And I was like, what? Is that true? And I was really proud of it. And the fans seem to really like that. And I think that's also something the spinoff we explored, is all these female relationships, and they're running the show now, which I love.
Mm. It's dope.
Yeah.
I love that there's all ladies here.
Yeah.
I know, it's great.
So I know it's sort of like a tradition in terms of like TV shows and movies and stuff like that, for once the project's done, actors will take a prop that they've grown attached to. Are any of the actors here planning on taking any props?
Hold please.
Oh?
Everybody show what you've stolen.
My props are in my office that I can't get to.
I stole nothing that wasn't given to me.
I did.
I stole the Hosen, which is, again, it's in my office at Warner Brothers, because the Hosen always had like a special place in my heart. I always brought it back in every season. I'm like, here's a story for the Hosen to come back.
I love that. You stole the Hosen.
Ben and I specifically made sure our nails looked nice after a few episodes, because we knew we'd often.
Yeah, your nails were always on point.
Black canary jacket that I was killed in.
Oh, damn.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
Guggenheim did give me permission, Beth.
Oh, I don't care.
Yes, I have it. Anyway.
I also have the island bow, which is, again, it's in my office, because I loved all the flashbacks in season 1, which I think the first thing I actually wrote on the show was an island flashback with, we called it Arrow Chicken, where he had to kill the chicken. That was the first time he killed something. So I always had a special place in my heart.
The props department gave me an arrow, and then I tried to give it back to them, but they wouldn't.
Oh, I love that. I have I kept a bow staff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but there were many bow staffs. It wasn't like one specific, and I think I was actually given it in like training, so I didn't really steal it, but I kept it.
There you go.
I'm definitely gonna have to give the Hosen back for the spinoff, though. I can't keep it forever.
All right.
Well, lend it to the spinoff.
Yeah, the spinoff's just borrowing it.
Yeah. The personal Hosen.
So, I myself am a huge DC fan, and the DC world has so many characters and so many unique personalities. So I wanted to know, what are your guys' favorite DC superhero? But to the actors, can we do the character other than the one you play? Because I feel like that'd be kind of biased.
I love the character of Oliver Queen, because he is such a dichotomy in and of itself. Something that makes DC so special is all these characters have such dark, gritty, tragic backstories, and even the heroes. So they all kind of have their own burdens to overcome, and Oliver Queen just goes right up in there. But aside from that, there's so many characters. I've always had an affinity for Batgirl, but that's because I grew up as a ginger. I don't know.
Catwoman fan?
Oh.
Also, I have a lot of cats. I don't know if that's intentional. But yeah, also Michelle Pfeiffer when she played Catwoman.
Awesome
Isn't Michelle Pfeiffer a superhero in and of herself?
That is true.
Totally. I have to say Wonder Woman.
Wonder
Woman is
yeah.
And Batman.
I'm kind of a new fan of Harley Quinn, who I didn't know really about until I started working on Arrow, and obviously Margot Robbie is just so awesome as Harley Quinn. So I'm kind of obsessed with her character right now.
Yeah, fun fact, Black Canary has always been one of my favorite DC heroes.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I was very much interested when I learned that I was going to be interviewing 2 Black Canaries, and I also have had this for a while now. I don't know how long I've had it for, actually. It'll never be taken out of the box. So, So CW has had a lot of appearances at Comic-Con, and I've been to Comic-Con many times, and that's such like a big event for fans of all kinds of pop culture. So what are your guys' opinions on Comic-Con? And also because it unfortunately got canceled this year, so
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those, it's so sad because Comic-Con's always one of my favorite, whether it's New York Comic-Con or San Diego Comic-Con or, the other ones that I've gotten to do kind of all over the world now. It's such a special thing because not only is everyone there to work and to promote whatever projects or to meet fans or to do things like this, but we're also there as fans. So inevitably you'll always bump into somebody that you've looked up to for years, and everybody's there to just celebrate these stories that we get to tell and have a good time. So hopefully they'll find a way to do some semblance of it virtually, or even just to reschedule it once the world heals. But it's one of these things that, it's important because we all have to be safe, but
yeah,
it's an unfortunate consequence.
Yeah, I definitely feel that, like, of course, obviously it's necessary, and I understand why, because it is a con, it is a big event with lots of people, but also at the same time, it's like, it's fun, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll come up with something like this, like a Zoom panels. I'm pretty sure they'll do something because, a lot of people are stuck at home and want to be entertained, and also
Yeah.
it's a tough time for so many people for all sorts of reasons, and being connected with the shows that you like and with other people, I think it is super important right now while we're all isolated. And that is, like Kat was saying, it's such a time for everyone to come together and celebrate what they've been working on, and for fans to be able to like actually one-on-one speak with people that they admire. And so I'm assuming they will do something like this.
That'd be awesome.
That would be so cool.
If not, we'll do it. We'll make our own.
So going back to Arrow a little bit, since it's the final season, I was wondering if there are any up and coming projects aside from the spinoff, which we've already talked about. Like, do you guys have anything new planned after this?
I actually am going to be, at some point, directing my first film.
Oh,
Yeah, which I'm really excited about. We haven't given away too much information yet, but it's a raunchy comedy, and it takes, I could say, it's called Daddy Issues. And I plan to be shooting here in Los Angeles, and I don't know when.
Mark.
Well, right after Arrow wrapped up, I actually stayed in Vancouver for a while and shot a miniseries for Stephen King's The Stand. So that should be, we finished shooting before the quarantine happened, so it's supposed to come out later this year, which it's the production is so fantastic, and just as a Stephen King fan, I think people will appreciate it.
I have been growing a vegetable garden. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have many arugula.
Do you have any plans for that vegetable garden?
Any plans? Yes, I'm going to film them all as they grow and release them on YouTube.
That's hilarious.
I will be watching that.
Yeah. Yes. You'll be joined by millions, I'm sure.
Actually, I would watch that.
I actually would watch that too.
I've been thinking of, actually, I'll call you after, because I've been thinking of putting a little vegetable garden in our backyard.
Yes, and I started herbs. I just threw some mint, so I want to learn too. So can we do this for real?
Yes, yeah. It's
please.
been so healing. It really, it's
therapeutic, right?
It's very therapeutic. It's very grounding.
Yeah, ladies, vegetable garden. You don't have to go to the grocery store anymore.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me about this. This was very fun.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Having us on Zoom.
Yeah.
And it's also nice to just like talk about something DC Comics related, because I love DC Comics so much.
Anytime, darling.
Yes.
Awesome. For sure.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I will see you all later.
Thank you. Stay safe, everybody.
Yeah, stay safe.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Be well.
Bye.
Bye.
If you like this, make sure to check out the Kids First website and, of course, all the other Kids First reporters. I will see you all later. Make sure to stay inside, and bye-bye!